Scott Arfield need a big performance from Scott Arfield. Brian Allison's first touch on the ball. Plays it through to Pedro Moutinho. Gary Caldwell just lets it run through to Lucas Ziljuska, the Celtic goal. Big ask of Pedro, of course, only been training with Falkirk, wouldn't be probably match fit. Caldwell out, knocks it long. Darren Barr takes it away from Samaras. Uses Brian Allison. Fortuny closing him down. Vitor Lima turns away from Barry Robson in midfield, plays it through, but just behind Pedro Moutinho. Ryan Flynn trying to get into the game there. Now it's with McCourt. Oh, great play from him. Allison did the right thing. Darren Barr comes across to clear. Great freak from McCourt. Allison showed him down the line.
He's dangerous, the boy McCourt, isn't he? He's only got 1 foot though, Andy.
Well, that's right. As you said, Hearts just forced him onto his wrong foot. If Falkirk can continue to do that, then. But it's going to be difficult to master that for 90 minutes. Barry Robson turns away. Uses Gary Caldwell. Played forward, aimed at McCourt again. He's obviously the man they're looking for. Cross comes McDonald, plays it through. Fortuny. Dan Barr holds him up. Gets in there. Garfield brings the ball down. Uses his strength to hold off Fortuny. Well played. The free kick. Scott Arfield could have played that out, but decided not to. Danny Fox waits for the short one. It's waved into the centre. Back goes Andreas Hinkle. All the Falkirk players, apart from Daniel Marchetta back there. Paddy McCourt, first chance for Celtic. 2 minutes on the clock. Whipped in. Punch clear by Jesnik. Not really convincingly, but he did get there. Now Vitor Lima plays it forward to Ryan Flynn. Chased by Glenn Luvens. Turns back. Uses Alec MacDonald. Good play by McGeady, just managed to smuggle the ball out there. And Brian Allison takes this throw in. He's his captain, Dan Barr. Arfield, first time ball to Allison. And Brian McLean, cross comes Fortuny again. The forward just skips away from Marchetta though. Thrown to Celtic on that far side. Well, really surprised that Jesnik's still in between the sticks there. Tony, I thought that Josh Wagner would have got his chance after last Saturday.
I thought he was only blamed for one of the goals. And to be honest, I've said it before, if you keep letting people cross the ball and pepper your goal, eventually you're going to get caught out.
Scotland call-up player, Danny Fox, plays the ball through, but it's an easy one for Dan Barr. No way that Samaras was getting that one. No, Arfield. So you need a big performance from him. He's really in charge in there this afternoon. Goes it back to Brian Allison. First time layoff to Vitor Lima. McDonald. McCourt takes the ball off and McDonald wins it again. Oh, thumps into a tackle. That's endearing to the Falkirk faithful. Well, there's no asking quarter for Alec MacDonald, is there, Tony?
I like that lad. He's everything you want in a Falkirk jersey.
Allison finds Darren Barr. Plays forward, aimed at Moutinho. Nudged off the ball by Caldwell. Falkirk really playing five across the middle. Pedro is a lone striker. Play through the middle. Well, it's that one run. Brian McLean uses Arfield. Oh, poor one from Arfield trying to find Allison. Now McCourt runs it down Barr. Well, I think he looked for that, and I don't think Darren Barr touched him. I think the referee was suckered into that one. McCourt had played the ball far too far ahead of him. I'll give Celtic a free kick from 35 yards from goal.
Dangerous place to give them a free kick, but I don't think there was anything in that.
Well, I think McCourt had lost the ball. It was closed down by two players. He went over Darren Barr's leg. Really, no free kick there for me.
Next time he gets the ball in the halfway line, somebody wants to put him up in the air, Andy. Otherwise, we're going to be chasing them all day.
Well, we wouldn't condone that sort of
we
foul
would.
play, of course.
Yeah, we would.
McCourt having a look at this. Opts to play to the far post.
Well done,
Nick
Bobby.
comes in and grabs it. Played down the middle for Marchetta to chase, but really Leuven's favourite for that one. Forced back though. Zoljuska. Peter Lima manages to stick a foot in. Ryan Flynn catches it. Well, I think that's a plain dive there from
9.9.
The Guillermo went down under no pressure from Ryan Flynn. I think the referee's got to watch that, because Ryan Flynn was nowhere near Nguema when he went down. He was obviously looking for a free kick to relieve the pressure, and he didn't get it.
To be fair, he changed with McGeady, so we shouldn't be surprised, Andy.
Brian Allison uses Darren Barr. Play to the far post. Marchetta waits. Ball's knocked out to McGeady. Chased by Marchetta. McGeady though uses his pace to get away, knocks it wide to Fortuny. Falkirk back in numbers though. Good play from Chris Mitchell, Celtic's first corner of the game. Not naturally left-footed, of course, Chris Mitchell, but did well there, Tony.
He did indeed, but I would have, if I was Marchetta, would you know been better just to click his heels? I suppose you'd have got booked, but
yellow card at this early stage.
gave up a bit easy though for me.
Really, I mean, yeah, but I think
to
from this level, you had 4 defenders in front of him. McGeady wasn't really going to go anywhere, so I think Marchetta made the right decision. But it's a first corner of the game for Celtic. Put in right on top of Ojeznik, and he catches it confidently. If only had done that against St Johnstone. Quickly throws out to Arfield.
Oh, it's a good break if he gets this.
Played through to Marchetta. Nguema misses it. Marchetta uses his strength. Tries to find Flynn. Hits Nguema though. Back to Lima. Vitor Lima. Diagonal ball to the far post, where put behind there.
Come on, Falkirk.
Much better, Tony.
Much better, much more direct. I think we look dangerous on the break against this team. Marchetta looks to have that little full-back on toast.
Well, I tried to find Ryan Flynn inside him, of course. Should maybe have dummied and gone the outside way. That's a corner.
Let's see if we can get a Brian McLean goal here.
Vitor Lima will send this one in. Put in. Is it? Oh! Just past the far post by Darren Barr. That was a real chance, Tony.
Oh, I tell you what, that wasn't far away. That's the best delivery from a corner we've had all season, Andy.
Yeah, ball whipped in there by,
I don't know who it was, do you?
Alec McDonald.
What a
Took
corner.
the corner. We know he can bring it in with pace, and that's the danger with pace. Near post, Darren Barr just headed it past. Great effort from the youngster. 8 minutes on the clock. Zoljuska aimed at Samaras. Cleared up though.
High feet, referee.
Good play from Falkirk now. Ryan Flynn knocks it away to Lima. Tries to get past them. Flynn steps in though. Leuven's knocks it along. Darren Barr waits. Samaras wins it though. Lima knocks it away to Allison, who comes off Paddy McCourt. Well, could have been a free kick for me because McCourt's feet were well off the ground there.
So were Samaras's a minute ago.
Well, absolutely a dangerous play there. Leuven's. Returns it with interest. Tino. Leuven's heads up in the air. Nodded back by Barry Robson to his goalkeeper. Tidy up.
To get the ball at Pedro's feet there, Andy.
Yeah, we need to get the ball at Moutinho's feet, no question about it. He's not the best in the air. Caldwell knocks it wide to Danny Fox. Played into space to Samaras. Forced to go back to Leuven's though. 5 across the middle. Alec McDonald out here to stop the runs of Fox. Marchetta on the other side to stop Hinkle. Played over the top towards McGeady. Nods it out. Good play again by Chris Mitchell. Just jockeyed for position there. Wait for McGeady to do something. He did exactly the right thing from the Falkirk perspective. He nodded it out for a throw into the BAIRNS. Mitchell looking for a quick one to Scott Arfield. Will send it down the line instead. Marchetta heads it on. Swat back to Leuven's. Now wide to Danny Fox. Court forced to come short. Good ball by Fox right across to McGeady.
Good pass, actually.
Control, of course. Now looking for options. Up and away from Marchetta. Brian McLean will tidy up. Strides forward with it. Chipped over the top. There's one for Pedro Matinho to chase with Gary Caldwell. Well, Caldwell gets here first. He was always favourite. So Juska sends out to Luvens. To bring it forward, of course. Falkirk back in the midfield. And Luvens takes an option to Danny Fox. Left home.
Let's get a goal before this team settles, Andy.
So Brian Allison. Larfield comes short. Again, uses Darren Barr as the out ball. Looking for options. He's really turned himself in a cul-de-sac there. Played over the top to absolutely no one. Well, needs to move the ball more quickly than that. Brian Allison was free, but then he got quickly closed down, and that meant that Darren Barr was in a cul-de-sac. Caldwell. Now Hinkle on that far side. Again, Mitchell in quickly, knocks it out for a throw-in before he gets to Fortuny. Throw into Celtic. Fortuny comes inside. Marchetta tries to get there, but Hinkle manages to field the ball. That's past two players at ease. Great crosser, of course, hit the near post, but there's Olesnik. All too easy though, Tony.
I think, to be fair, the midfield has filled in and covered the hole, actually, which hasn't been happening in the last few weeks, Andy.
Darfield comes back. So back to his goalkeeper. It's cleared out to this near side. Foxo. Allison to Arfield. Play through to Matinho. Oh, knocks it past the player, but Livens gets there. Lima almost in, but again Luvens tidies up. Clears into midfield. McLean wins that one. Vitor Lima in battling away there. And Ryan Flynn. McDonald, good play, good feet from McDonald. Gives it to Vitor Lima. He gives it away to Marchetta. Chance to run at Hinkle. Plays it in first time. Over everybody's head though. Luvens drops it to McDonald. Oh, shot blocked. Barry Robson and Flint. Calder nods it clear. Again, McDonald's there.
Yeah, done referee. Much better with Falkirk, Andy. Much better.
Fantastic volley from Alec McDonald.
Oh, that was going net bound, Andy.
But good play again from Marchetta. Been blamed for a few weeks now, not getting the ball in early enough. Well, he sent it in early that time, Tony, and he made a difference.
Celtic defence, there was no pressure on the man making the header either, Andy. I think Celtic will be very uneasy today. We need to get a goal before they settle.
Well, Marchetta favourite, or could be Chris Mitchell.
I think he's going to ding it. Take it quickly.
Marchetta.
Too slow. Could have knocked that to Marchetta.
As a goal comes off the wall though. And then Marchetta. Followed by Fox. Good play by Marchetta. Lets the ball run out. Thrown to Falkirk on his near side. Got to say though, I wouldn't like to try and put a ball around that wall because it's absolutely enormous.
No, it's to be fair though, we're not exactly blessed with free kick takers on this team, Andy, are we?
Bar turns. That's the back to
the right move.
First time to ball out to Mitchell. Plays into midfield, aimed at Matinho. Then Marchetta. Oh, tries to play a reverse ball. Flynn gets there, brought it down, yeah.
This referee's blown for everything.
Again, there's a tackle from behind, so the referee was quite right. Flynn had his body between Hinkle and the ball. Drew the free kick. Chance from the other side now.
Started well, Andy.
Well, 14 minutes gone here, and it's really been all Falkirk. But can they get a goal? I've seen all this before this season, playing so well. But when you're on top, you've got to capitalise. Darren Barr had a chance early on from a corner by Alec McDonald.
By the way.
McDonald, we know he can hit them. Shot, gets up over the wall, just over.
No, a bad effort.
Had Zalewska scrambling, Tony.
That was a good effort. Maybe just about, if it'd been a couple of yards closer to the goal, it'd have been a better. They got it up and over the wall.
Tony Mowbray out, patrolling his technical area. Zayushka clears it long, aimed at Samaras. He does win it. Flynn flicks it on to Arfield. Chance to drive. Gives it to Ali McDonald. Oh, good turn from McDonald. Shoots! Oh, just over. Fantastic play from the youngster.
Oh, he's on form today, Andy.
Oh, great turn inside, great shot. Appreciated by the Falkirk fans. If only had kept that one low and hard. But another great effort from Falkirk. It's McDonald volley.
Absolutely need to get a goal here, Andy. Next 5 minutes.
And now McDonald, again, good effort. Good play down this right hand side, you've got to say. Arfield linking the play well. McDonald did well to skip away from 2 tackles. Court waits, heads it on. Arfield just nods it forward though. Allows Louvens to pick up, play in behind. Samaras. Forced backwards though, and then by Robson in midfield. Then Guillermo. Knocked white Andreas Hinkle.
Marchetta, you need to get this. Stop it there. That's it, that's
again,
it.
Forced the air up. Now play through, Ryan Flynn. Again caught in possession there by Hinkle. He's got to think more quickly than that. Brian Allison steps in this time, wins the second ball too. Now Matinho, great play from Matinho, steps away. Oh, tries to find Flynn, he's offside, but just brings his flag down. Well, Pedro I think there, showing his lack of match fitness there. Was in 2 minds whether he should play the ball through or have a go. In the end he did neither. Flynn would have been offside had he collected the ball. Stand side assistant put his flag up, but then took it down when he realised that Celtic were in possession. Now Marchetta, chance to run. Gives it to Flynn. Chips it over to Marchetta. Oh, Hinkle just gets there. Now McGeady. Tackle, Guillermo. Closed out. Now Flynn. Tries to place it just away from Viljuska. Good idea, just wrong execution.
Celtic coming out of the races, Andy. We're in their faces, we're winning the ball. We just need to capitalise on this now.
And this is going to frustrate the Falkirk fans even more, because if you do this against Celtic, why don't you do it against St Johnstone?
I think some things were said at the training camp this week that might rectify that, Andy.
Well, that's the questions that will be asked. So much time spent on these post-mortems. It's about a Saturday, it's not about middle of the week. Brian Allison in there. Again, Samaras allowed to drive. Darren Barlow gives it out to Marchetta. Uses Flynn. Now Mitchell, chased by Fortuny. Gives it back to McLean. Good play from the youngster. McLean over the top, for Pedro to chase. Hinkle will be first though. Turns away from Matinho. Again, Pedro does well though, closes them down.
Well done, Pedro.
Almost gets in there. Managed to scoop the ball out to Caldwell.
Team shape's really good at the moment, Andy, with the 5 in the middle.
Now Louvens. Falkirk compressing the play into midfield. Samaras off in the run, played over the top. Chris Mitchell waits. Yeah, no question about that. Good play by Mitchell, knew what was coming. Falkirk quickly move it to Arfield. Now to Marchetta. Oh, loses control though. Arfield manages to get it back and gets it to Mitchell. Marchetta does well, fights for it, gets there, plays it in behind. Oh, again, Louvens just there though. Good play from Falkirk, almost in again.
This is really dangerous.
Chance for McGee to run.
Arfield's gone. One Arfield, show him what a footballer is. Well done, son.
A bit late there.
That's exactly
yellow card for Arfield. Now that's a bit, well, I think that's a bit unfair.
First tackle. He had to make the tackle though, Andy, and if he wasn't getting the ball, he had to get the man there, because otherwise Arfield was right in. McGeady was right in. All you need to do now is put somebody else on McGeady and just keep kicking him. Cycle it around the team.
And it does give hands the onus to Celtic. Chance to flip it into the danger area.
One, actually. Samaras will be the man,
tremendous delivery, of course.
He's going to shoot this, by the way.
Puts it right into the far post. Too high though.
Take them all day, eh?
Well, again, 18 minutes gone. Scott Arfield yellow carded.
I don't think we can complain. I think he had to make the tackle,
Well,
and if he didn't get the ball, he had to take the man there, Andy.
I would agree with you, but I mean, it's a bit. I thought it was a bit soft.
First tackle of the game, though.
Well, I thought it was a bit soft, but the referees they're judged by rules as well. The rules are, if that's what happens, that's what you have to do.
As long as he does it for the other team as well.
Absolutely. As long as he's consistent, that's the thing that kills the fans the most. Inconsistency. Marchetta. Now to Flynn. What's it quick? Well, that's to be a yellow card as well for me. Well, if Arfield's with a yellow card, so was Robson's. We'll just wait and see when the play stops. Oh, tries to find it through to Flynn. Well, we'll wait and see when the play stops. The play hasn't stopped yet. Now Hinkle. Back to Caldwell. Well, Celtic forced to knock it about the back four. There's nothing really going on up front.
They can keep the ball there, Andy, but it's not going to hurt you.
Graham will come
what
short.
You're forcing them now is to miss out their midfield.
Picked out by Caldwell. Quickly Flynn gets to him. Forced to place the ball to McGeady. He's forced to cross field. Back to Robson. Has to go back again. Good covering from Falkirk. Again they start from the back. Caldwell hits into the channel for Fortuny. Brian McLean's there. Cushions it to Mitchell, and he gives it to Arfield. Good play from Falkirk again. Again, Allison out man. Play forward to again Samaras now.
That's what's
chance for
dangerous.
McGeady to run. Knocks it wide to Fortuny.
Stand up, Chris. Stand up.
Forces him wide.
Well done.
Corner for Celtic.
Well done, referee.
Yeah,
you've got to book him, ref. No point having a word. You got to book him, referee. You got to book him, referee.
This is the inconsistency we talk about.
If he didn't get a yellow card, that's a disgrace.
It's taken some 5 minutes after the incident for the play to get stopped.
That's shocking.
And the referee has not booked Barry Robson. That is the consistency that killed the fans. It was a clear yellow card, but because of the time lapse, the referees obviously thought, well, no, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
No. What he thought is he's a Celtic player, I better not book him, Andy.
Well, I think that's unfair. I just think that
that's entirely fair.
I think time lapses and such that you think, well, I can't really remember how bad it was, but you know that is the inconsistency that kills the fans.
Nah,
it's as simple as that.
You're right on one thing though, it's bad refereeing. Bad refereeing.
Yeah, very poor refereeing. And midway through this first half, it's still 0-0. Falkirk certainly have acquitted themselves well. Ali MacDonald now, Foxstow. Now Fortuny, beaten by Darren Barr. McCourt uses Samaras. Over the top it goes, but Jesnik quickly off his line, off that side anyway. Fortuny.
Allison had it covered as well, to be fair.
Jesnik pushing everybody forward. The trader will be encouraged to go out to the right. Same to MacDonald. Fox again, no. Falkirk throw in, just in front of Eddie May. A long chat with Eddie May just before the game. I'll tell you one thing, there is no one more committed to getting things right at this club than that man.
Oh, good ball, that's it now.
Oh, and behind.
And you go, son, make him play it, make him play it.
Fox there, brings it away, forces
that's
it out.
Brilliant.
Good ball by Lima, played in MacDonald. More pressure from Falkirk. Brian Allison. Take this throw in. Arfield comes short. Oh, poor ball by Arfield though. Now Darren Barr, first time into the box. Ryan Flynn out to Marchetta. Back to Ryan Flynn. Plays it through. Lima. Oh, tries to play it past Iluska. Really? What a chance that was!
Oh, no, the wonder he's never scored. You'll not get a better chance than that to score. I can't believe we're no one up, Andy. No wonder we're bottom of the league. Goodness sake!
Well, what a chance that was. It really was. Got to be fair to Lima though. He worked the space for himself. Brilliantly found by Ryan Flynn. He should have scored that one. Oh, again, Darren Barr penalised.
By the way, he didn't get chances like that against the Old Firm and no take them and expect to get some for the game. You've got to score there.
I think Zeliuska was as surprised as anybody else.
That wasn't in the back of the net. Unbelievable. Well, the one already May shaking his head, to be fair. What can you do?
Worked the position brilliantly. Now McGeady.
Well done. That wasn't a foul, he stood his ground.
I think you're right. I don't think McGeady was going anywhere. Barry Robson jogs across to take this one. McGeady there too. Flynn and Marchetta, not the two most convincing tacklers in the team.
Do you not think Celtic play media games though, making out that McGeady gets picked on for diving so the referee can't book him for it? You don't think there's a bit of method in that, Andy?
Well, I think there's, yeah, you could well be right.
Watch the big one, Samaras. Who's marking him? Who's marking Samaras? Can he have Pedro Moutinho marking Samaras? Come on, Falkirk.
Scotland colleagues. To hold the line, Darren Barr says.
Watch. You watch Samaras. Who's marking him? Moutinho.
Whips it in. Good block by Ojesnik. McDonald clears it. Planning a court there, I think. Injury to Ojesnik. Didn't come off his line, just waited till the ball dropped. Did well to block it.
You couldn't really come for that, could you? Because if you come for it and somebody wins the header before it, well, you're out of position, you've no chance.
It was also whipped in, so it was difficult for him to work out the angle. Now McCourt, faced by Lima. Forced back though to Luvens, yet again by Falkirk, and is going to go back to Zayushka. But what a chance after 23 minutes when Ryan Flynn played a tremendous ball through to Vitor Lima. Only the goalkeeper to beat, allowed himself to be closed down and ended up with a weak effort. And as Tony rightly says, that's why Vitor Lima's never scored for Falkirk. I'll tell you something, you'll never get a better chance. And Falkirk walked down the left hand side. Chris Mitchell decides to use Brian McLean. Helped on to Darren Barr. Now into Arfield. Good play from Barr. Uses McDonald, comes short. Into back to McDonald. Now Arfield. Quickly moved on to Flynn. Chance to turn. Wide to Mitchell. Comes inside. Played short to Moutinho at the edge of the area. Does well a turn. Shot by Marchetta. Corner for Falkirk. Well, great play by Pedro Moutinho there, Tony.
We've been missing a centre forward that can play with the ball at his feet and do something a wee bit different all season, Andy.
Falkirk fans unhappy about the fact that he was definitely fouled, but because he'd worked it to Marchetta, his shot came off a Celtic defender. Another chance for Anne McDonald to whip one in right on top of that near post. Let's hope this time somebody can connect to send it to the back of the net.
Let's see if Dan Barr can score with this one.
He gets to the near post, whipped in again. Headed behind by Samaras. Good corner again by Alec McDonald though. Another chance to whip it in. 27 minutes on the clock here. Good first half performance from Falkirk. Restricted Celtic to very few chances and created a few things themselves. McDonald again, this time played to the far post. Over Zayushka's head.
He's much better at taking corners.
Tips it away.
Somebody go and help him.
Just lets it run out. Well, great corner again, Tony.
That's it, you're putting it right on top of the keeper, bending it in like that. Take a touch off anybody and go in, Andy.
Alec McDonald will take it from
really
this
well
side.
so far today.
Now if it's his left foot, he'll curl out now towards the penalty spot. Ryan Flynn on the goal line.
Somebody run short for it. Arfield, mate. Somebody needs to make a run near post on this. On you go, Daniel. Take a chance.
McGeady. Getting whipped in by McDonald. Brian McLean, just headed over. Good effort from McLean.
Do you know the difference today, Andy, is the set pieces are going where the players expect them to be.
Well,
so we're able to attack them.
I think the other thing is that the ball's been whipped in rather than floated in, and that means all the pace is on the ball. All you have to do is get your head onto it and direct it. So Zayushka. Played down the middle. Arfield waits.
Well done, referee.
Yeah. Arfield fouled by Samaras. Looking all sorts of innocence, but well, quite clearly there, right in front of the referee. Darren Barr looking for options, uses Brian Allison, gets it back. Good play from Falkirk. For a chance to move it. Play through the middle to just behind Moutinho though. And Celtic can break through Barry Robson. such an influence in the game here in the CIS Cup. Knocks that one wide. Fortuny will catch that though. No, he rolled it out. Well, was really such an influence in that CIS Cup game here. Falkirk lost 4-0. Not really stamped his authority in this one or anywhere near it. Arfield picked out McDonald, but Fox was there. Not the best of balls. Lima battles and wins the ball. Now Flynn knocks it back to Darren Barr. This time he picks out McDonald. Just too near Fox to get him. Luvens this time. He knocks it out. Well, a willing runner as always, Alec McDonald. There's a couple of balls from Darren Barr. Could have been better.
He's put a good shift in so far, Andy.
Enemy just pointing it out to him. Samaras clears it downfield. Brian McLean waits. Gets it back to Jesnik. Good play from McLean. Caldwell waits. Brings it down. Knocks it wide to Luvens. Back to his goalkeeper. Falkirk fans quite happy to see it there. Half an hour gone here at Falkirk Stadium. Still 0-0. Falkirk had the best chances so far of this half. Again, poor ball to McGeady. Allowed Mitchell to step in. Finds Marchetta, now back to Mitchell. Oh, again, poor play. Allows McGee to break with no defender in front of him. Mitchell trying to get back. McGee steps away from him.
Well done,
steps though.
Marchetta.
Scott Arfield takes the ball off him this time. And Arfield knocks it down the line. Chased by Hinkle. Gets it to Caldwell though. Back to Hinkle. Again, good play by Matinho. Almost managed to steal it there. Celtic under all sorts of pressure, Falkirk. Again, just retreating. Danny Fox. Luvens. Guillermo. Now Hinkle. Plays it down the line to McCourt, who's moved across to that side, but youngster hadn't moved. An easy one for Ojeznik. Darren Barr now. Gives it to McLean. Samaras trying to close him down. Oh, good play from Arfield. Just knew exactly where that ball was. Now Lima tries to play it through for Rush though. It didn't need to be. Luvens off balance. Knocks the ball out for a throw into Falkirk. Well, Lima rushed that. He didn't really need to. Tony.
No, he didn't. To be fair to him though, he was trying to swap Matinho in through the gap between the two.
Lima's short, gets it. Tries to play it past Robson. Holds this almost apologetically, puts his hand up. Darren Barr gets there. Guillermo finds McCourt. Played over the top to McGeady. Well, he obviously thought he was still in this touchline because there was no chance of that ever reaching McGeady.
No, I don't think so. Do you know, it's a shame he didn't take that Vitor Lima chance, because Celtic will get better as the game goes on. They can't play as badly as this the whole game.
Well, I think to be fair to Falkirk, they haven't let Celtic play. They've been very quickly onto them. They've played 5 across the middle.
I can't believe how much time we're getting on the ball, Andy.
Well, so come and ask questions of us. That means the back four is effectively redundant. Caldwell's not the best passer in the ball from my view. Now Luvens allowed to drive forward. Fox was off on the run. It's a side to Barry Robson. Picks out Hinkle. Again, Falkirk's midfield 5 just leaving Caldwell with the ball. Matinho close him down. Played in behind, aimed at Samaras.
Allison needed to win that. First. Needed to win that.
McDonald takes it away
There's
from Robson. Uses McLean. Oh, ball into nowhere from McLean. Oh, good play though from Vitor Lima, snicked in behind Fox. Now over the top, aimed at Matinho. Brings it down in his thigh. Marchetta needs to get up to help him though. Arfield side foot. Oh, just passed. Well, good build-up play, but really Marchetta has to get up there much more quickly, Tony.
Pedro's saying that to him. Pedro just told him, if you want the ball, get here early. He had nobody to cut that back to there for about 4 seconds, Andy.
And you've got to say, although it looked like a close shave from this angle, I bet it was at least 6 or 7 yards wide from Scott Arfield, so not the best of finishes. Ryan McLean though wins the ball. Luvens just lets it run back to Ziljuska. Again, Gary Caldwell in possession, allowed to bring it forward. Grahamo. Not wide to Fox. With it, he gets McDonald.
Again, well done, son.
Again, Lima, but Robson just turns away from him. Does enough to put him off his stride, though. Now it's knocked wide to McGeady. Grahamo, back to McGeady. Court and McGeady both out that side. Well played, Mitchell, just stuck a foot in.
I'm with McCourt on that side, he can only come inside you.
Hinkle got the ball in his hands, gives it to McCourt, back to Hinkle. Chance to stop the cross though. Mitchell did well. Tied up by Marchetta, only as far as McGeady. Comes inside. Comes inside again. Opens up the angle for him. Shot, loops up in the air. Tipped over by Ojesnik, did the right thing there.
That was dipping in actually, to be fair.
Came off.
That all came from Marchetta, no, just booting the ball with his big toes, Andy, and putting it out the park. There's a time to play pretty football and there's a time just to volley the ball out.
Celtic's third corner of the game.
For me, this is where Celtic are most likely to score, from a dead ball, Andy. Certainly haven't looked like it from open play.
Danny Fox again will whip this one in. Players lining up. Played right in the top of Ojesnik. Almost catches it. Caldwell tries the spectacular. But there's Brian Allison to knock it out. No idea what Gary Caldwell was trying to do, because he's not been the most elegant of players.
He's trying to trap the ball, Andy.
Court pulls it shot. Back to the court. McDonald goes to meet him. Comes inside, flipped into the near post. Grahamo allowed to knock it wide to Fox. Flipped in, comes off McDonald though. As far as McCourt. Now Flynn picks up the ball, have to hold it. Gives it to Lima. Now McDonald. Drops in there quickly though. Allison chips it through, but again McCourt returned with interest. Oh, does well Brian Allison.
Well done.
Does well Brian Allison. Just forces Samaras off the ball.
He's done alright, Brian Allison.
Yeah, I've got to say, he's done very well, the young man. Throw in, aimed at McDonald. Nodded down. Samaras plays it to Vitor Lima. Chip through to Coutinho. Now gives it to McDonald. Oh, but hit there by McDonald. Flynn made the right run. McDonald just overhit the ball. Again, the right idea, Tony, just the wrong execution.
Just a bit too heavy, to be fair to him though. It was the right pass. Good run by Flynn as well, to be fair.
No Warrior behind the goals there. Lee Bullen warming up. Probably just to make sure his arthritis doesn't ease off before he has to come on. Now Caldwell. Again, a poor ball right through the middle. Brian Allison there though. Samaras behind him, did exactly the right thing. Nodded it wide of the target. Allowed Ojesnik to pick it up. Again, good play by the youngster. There's so much promise, Brian Allison's career.
Brian Allison might be your answer at right back. Do you know
his
that?
career was cut short in terms of some serious injuries. Marchetta a bit off the pace here. Darren Bart.
Excellent.
Well, Samaras down injured.
Samaras playing for a free kick and no getting it.
Brian McLean. Marchetta works it on to Mitchell. Good first time ball. Marchetta skips away from the Guemo. Oh, tries to force it through. Arfield picks up the loose ball. Shoots over the target, but at least a shot from Falkirk. Alan McDonald saying, look up, I'm wide on the right hand side here. And certainly, after this first half performance, that's where I'd be sending it, Tony, because he's on fire.
He's been easily man of the match so far.
So Yuska. Now for Tooney. McGeady on his own.
This is dangerous.
Chance to run. Oh, good play from Mitchell. Good play from McLean as well. Yeah. Good defending, Tony.
Yeah, he did well. Defended as a team against them, knowing the threat of McGeady. One jumps in, the other one's there.
Another corner for Celtic, fifth of the game.
This is where they're dangerous.
And Danny Fox will whip this one in. Right on top of Willie, isn't it? Drops it. Shot blocked there by Darren Barr. Caldwell tried to hit it, but Darren Barr got his body in the way. Now Flynn. Lima. Marchetta lays it off to Moutinho. Well, Leuven's bars Marchetta in the back there. Lima tries to pick out McDonald on the far side. Hinkle's there though, nods it out. Well, Marchetta complaining it was barged in the back by Leuven's, and you've got to say he's got a case.
The referee's got two choices there, Andy. He books the Celtic player and gives a free kick, or he books the Falkirk player for a dive. There's no in between there.
Not even being helped by his stand-side assistant referee.
I don't think he saw it right enough because he was nowhere near up with play.
It's a throw into Falkirk. And Flynn. Mitchell. And Flynn. Back to Mitchell. Shoots. Ooh, just over the top. Well, another good move by Falkirk. Another good effort, Tony.
Andy, we need to score. Playing well though. It's the best we've probably played all season so far.
Yeah, there's no point in playing well against Celtic if you do so badly as they did against St Johnstone last week. And similarly,
I don't care where the points come from at the moment, Andy, as long as we get some off with somebody.
There's no point in playing this well if we don't go out and do the same job against Hamilton next week. Samaras waits. McCourt nods it on to Fortuny. Allison's there though, he ain't no slouch. Yeshnik. Robson brings the ball down. Oh, does well. Fox across to Caldwell. Ryan Flynn gets back to his position. Now Hinkle. Again Caldwell. Celtic knock it around the back four. Played over the top to Samaras. Allison's there though. Turns into trouble though. Does well, the youngster. Well, there's any doubt about that one. Coutinho bars in the back by Leuven's.
Booking ref, Andy.
He wants a word with Leuven's, but that's all it will be, I suspect. Send Moutinho get up. Your leg's only broken in 3 places. And once again, the Falkirk fans are incensed, and you can understand why. The referee says, I'm watching you. Either that or he's asking him out for a drink tonight. I'm not quite sure which one it is.
I'm not going to comment. Do you think maybe he's regretted giving a yellow card and trying to calm the pace of his bookings down a bit, Andy, so that it finishes 11v11?
Well, who knows? The ball's played in behind. Too far from McDonald, though. Right idea from McLean. It's the wrong angle again. Well covered by Danny Fox. It's just been called up to the Scotland squad, of course. To the detriment of Dan Barr, who's not made the squad this time round, I suspect because of the Falkirk predicament. Now it's Leuven's. Aimed at Samaras. Allison waits.
Does enough.
Well, I thought it was McDonald was held there. Referee waves play on.
He's a real handful today, McDonald, though, isn't he?
Well, I'll tell you one thing about him, you never have to worry about him fighting his corner, because he certainly does that with...
Oh, brilliant Mitchell.
By Mitchell. Uses Flynn. Back to Mitchell. Oh, good play from Falkirk. Now Lima. Oh, good ball worked out to McDonald on his near side.
Past him.
Oh, just outnumbered there. Flynn's on the top though. And then retreats to his midfield position. Much more discipline about this Falkirk side this weekend. Get back and cover each other. Arfield had filled in. Now Flynn's there. Arfield can move into his central midfield position. Caldwell knocks over the top. Brian McLean's there though. Just plays it out. Well. Good play again from Falkirk. 2 minutes before half time. It should only be 2 minutes because neither trainer's been on. McCourt allowed to turn by Arfield though. Now it's not wide to Fox. Oh, steps away from McDonald all too easily. Well, and McDonald does a stupid thing, brings him down. So 2 minutes to go before half time, a penalty, and you can't say anything other than absolutely stupid, Tony.
Speechless, Andy.
Fox was going nowhere.
McDonald knows it as well.
He had lost
Arfield
McDonald.
just told him he was going nowhere.
But instead, he brings him down in the box, leaves the referee absolutely no other option. So all the good work undone by a moment of absolute stupidity by Alec MacDonald.
When you're at the bottom, you're at the bottom, Andy. Doesn't he go for you?
Aidan McGeady against Robert Ojeznik. And the Ojeznik saves it. Again! Fantastic double save from Robert Ojeznik.
That might just turn the season.
Absolutely fantastic double save by Robert Ojeznik.
That was world class.
Blocked the first shot, went back to McGeady, and he saved the second one. Well, I'll tell you what, you won't see better saves than that any time this season. As Robert Ojeznik once again pulls out of the fire. Corner for Falkirk to defend. Punches it clear. Quick back in. Now Allison.
That was as good as a goal, by the way.
Well, and it's just in the last minute. Now Barry Robson comes inside Flynn. Whips it into the far post. Guillermo heads over. Well,
I think Bobby now thinks he's Gordon Banks or somebody like that. He's come for everything. But what a save, Andy.
But what a double save that was by Ojeznik.
That was worth the admission money alone.
First to save the first one, but the follow-up, he guys to get his foot to it and direct it behind the goal. Well, I'll tell you something. Saves going to world-class folder. That certainly was one of them. But Alec MacDonald got him out of jail.
You could see what it meant to his teammates as well after the game. What a save.
Well, referee decides that's enough. And what a display by Falkirk, almost given away at the end of the first half. When Alec MacDonald tripped Danny Fox in the box. That might
just turn the season, Andy. That might just turn it.
Up stepped Aidan McGeady. Robert Ojeznik saved the penalty. And then the follow-up. And out come the substitutes to congratulate the goalkeeper. Well, taking so much stick this season so far, Robert Ojeznik, but I'll tell you something. Can't wait to see that one on the replays tomorrow night, because that was absolutely fantastic. But Falkirk, well, should have been ahead, Tony.
I think Vitor Lima should have scored. We've had a couple of other half chances. I think we've played really well, Andy. I think that, I don't know what's been said to them during the week, but we're up for the fight today.
No doubt Tony Mowbray had some strong words at half-time for his Celtic players. Really out-muscled and outplayed by Falkirk for long spells in that first half. They had the best chance, of course, from the penalty, but Falkirk more than deserved to go in on level terms. Larry Robson picks out Danny Fox, who's fouled, of course, for the penalty. McLean above Fortuny. Flint knocks it wide to Mitchell. Gives Ojeznik a quick touch. Knocks it long.
He's in,
you're in. He's just letting it run. No, he decides to keep it in. Inside to McDonald. Oh, poor ball from McDonald, easily picked up by Fox. Battles back though. Graham just steps away from Flint. Knocks away to Andreas Hinkle. Mitchell quickly on top of McGeady. Gets the ball away well though. In the court. Again, Marchetta does well. Takes it down the line. Great play from Marchetta. Oh, steps inside Hinkle. Play to the far post. Just overhit though. As far as McDonald. Brings it down. Uses Lima. Oh, tries to pick out McDonald, but just smuggled away to Samaras. Tries to get past Darren Barr, but Barr's quicker than that. Arfield nudged off the ball by Fox. Now it's squared to McCourt. And steps Arfield up. Still worked out wide to Fox though. Samaras on that far touchline. Played in towards.
Well done, referee.
Foul by McGeady on Chris Mitchell. More good defending for Falkirk. You can understand why Vitor Lima tried to play that slight pass into McDonald, because with the height that Celtic have there's no point in playing it in the air, especially to McDonald. A great play by Marchetta, just misses it. Mitchell's quickly on top of him though. Throw into Falkirk. Mitchell going to take it quickly, but Coutinho just told him to take his time. Flynn comes short. So back to Mitchell. He's pumps up in the air though.
Laziness, that.
Pedro. Can't quite step away from two now, Barry Robson. Oh, well
great tackle.
Arfield, but Samaras picks up the loose ball. Brian Allison. Taken on by Samaras. Darren Barr there though. Vitor Lima will bring it away. Marchetta now. Now Brian Allison. Arfield. Don't play with Volker, it's knocking around the back four. Arfield now. Mitchell. Good play. Moves away from McGeady. Well, and that for me is a yellow card because he quite clearly pulled back Scott Arfield. Now Marchetta, quickly into Arfield. Allowed to turn. Uses Lima. Works it on to Flynn. And McDonald. Uses Flynn in the overlap. Whips the ball in. Headed cleared by McManus. To Samaras. McDonald does well though. Samaras unlucky for McDonald. Did everything right.
Look how deep Samaras is having to come and get the ball, eh?
Well,
edge of his own box.
I think that's all credit to the Falkirk midfield. The ball by Scott Arfield. Didn't really signal Vitor Lima. Thrown out to Gary Caldwell. Then the Guemo. Wide to Fox on that far side. Robson coming deep to pick it up. Lima does well though. Almost sticks a foot in and Robson does well to turn away from him though. Now Samaras. McCourt. McGeady. Oh, good feet from McGeady, steps away from Flynn. Brian McLean, no.
Celtic pressing the game a lot quicker now, Andy, aren't they, in the middle?
Falkirk not panicking, no. Doing all the right things. Pedro Matinho back there, spotted the danger. Flynn caught in possession, thought he was fouled, referee said no. Brian Allison. Joisnik knocks it through the middle, Caldwell's there. Marchetta. Oh, tries to find. Well,
I think Marchetta could have gone tighter with him being as a second man there, Andy, try and stop the cross.
Scott Arfield saying to Darren Barr, just get rid of it. Try to do the fancy stuff. But again, no complaints from Falkirk. They defended the object in defence to get the ball away. And they did. McCourt handling at the edge of the area. Celtic trying to pick up the pace here. Coutinho gets there, but McManus can knock it to Hinkle. Over the top it goes, aim towards Fortuny.
There's a foul, ref. Well done.
Flynn couldn't quite get there.
If one had managed to get that away, we were in there, Andy.
Yeah, McManus was just in quickly enough to throw into Falkirk on that far side. Good play by Allison, just flicked away for Arfield. It's a good game there today. We said we needed a big performance, well we've had that.
Man on.
Steps away from Robson. Now McDonald. Can't get past Fox though. It's Gary Caldwell. Falkirk midfield back off again. Guillermo. Back to Caldwell. In the race to get that one. Turns away from Flynn. Samaras. Worked out to Hinkle. Played in towards Fortuny. Again, Falkirk's guilty of standing watching. Robson edges away past Lima. Ball whipped in, they're out. Corner to Celtic.
Getting out muscled a bit in the midfield. Celtic will get a much better unit in the middle of the park, Andy. They must have changed their shape slightly.
Not quite getting to the ball as quickly as we could. A couple of times players had a chance to clear and didn't. Another corner for Falkirk to face. Celtic sixth of the game. Played out near post. Oh, headed on. Not just behind by Darren Barr.
Well, the referee got that one wrong anyway.
Well, certainly got that one wrong. Kick him off Darren Barr. But stand side assistant says that'll be a bye kick.
Take that, Andy.
Celtic assistant coach having a conversation with the fourth official. Well, referee gave a foul for Samaras, fouled by Brian Allison. Now Caldwell. Again, Allison fouled Samaras. I don't think there was much in that.
Samaras certainly given Allison problems in the second half since he switched swings.
A chance for Celtic to whip this ball in on top of the Falkirk defence. 10 minutes of the second half gone. Barry Robson over the ball with Paddy McCourt. Stephen McManus an added threat in the back with Georges Samaras and Marc-Antoine Fortuné. Whipped in. And easy as everything. Gary Caldwell, well, simple header, ball to the back post, header by Caldwell. All too simple, Tony.
Free header, not good enough.
Oh, somebody somewhere in the Falkirk ranks weren't doing their job because there was a free header from Gary Caldwell. Great delivery from Barry Robson, of course. Played it to the far post, but Caldwell, all too easy for him just to get up there and head it past the Falkirk goalkeeper. So all the good work undone, as we said. You don't score when you're on top. You're always going to give yourselves problems, and that's really what Falkirk have done. Now Vitor Lima. It's a back into McDonald, but it's tracked there by... Battles again, McDonald whips it in. Oh, headed away by Caldwell. Hinkle will pick up the loose ball. Marchetta quickly on top of him. Good play from Hinkle though under pressure. Caldwell whips it down the line. Fortuny. Court McGeady. Good play by Allison, knocks McCourt wide. Darren Barr goes out there. McGeady and Samaras. Les McGeady come inside though. A good play from Darren Barr. Lima though. Samaras now. Guemo uses Gary Caldwell. Again, poor ball by Caldwell to no one. Chased down by Allison to his goalkeeper, Roy Yeznik. But really, after all that hard work, Tony, poor goal to give away.
Poor goal. It was coming though, Andy, to be fair. Celtic have had the upper hand. They only need one chance. But you shouldn't be getting a free header.
Right, Darren Barr. Coutinho peels off. Offside though. Well, I blame Barr for that. Saw Pedro peeling off. He had to send it much more quickly than that. Mark Crosas and Scott McDonald warming up for Celtic just below us here. Gary Caldwell. Aimed over the top it. Third behind by Brian Allison. Nothing more he could do about that one. Celtic a lot more of a play in this second half. Barry Robson out there with Georges Samaras, joined by Scott Arfield and Ali McDonald. Samaras peels away, sides against it, and then peels away again. McManus, Caldwell, played in again. This time headed clear by Matinho. Then Marchetta. Loose ball picked up by Andreas Hinkle. Aimed at Caldwell at the far post. There's only Ali McDonald there. Yeah. Pretty undone that 5 minutes ago, Tony.
I don't think you can blame McDonald there. When you're picking up centre half, it's going to be one of our centre halves, surely that's on their centre half.
Cool, easy header though. Scott Arfield comes off him to Fortuny. Well, it's amazing what 3.8 million buys you this season, because that was absolutely atrocious.
I know, it was shocking. To be fair, he was getting fouled by Mitchell, do you not think?
Well, I consider it was also 6.8 million for Man City, then, you know, that's £10 million player you're watching there.
Yes, you might get a grand for me, yeah, Andy.
Dan Barr again, not the best of headers. Oh, Jesnik slips to get the ball back from Allison. Court plays it all the way back. Chance for McDonald to chase and almost gets there. Good play from McDonald. Chased a lost cause there, forced Gary Caldwell into clearing it.
Yeah, I think Falkirk really needs something to happen for them to get them back in this game.
Well, played Mitchell, didn't have a lot of options. Uses Flynn.
Penalty!
Oh, that's a penalty! Yeah, Caldwell plays down.
Brilliant!
Penalty to Falkirk. Now Scott Arfield a chance to draw the game level.
I'm not watching, Andy, I'll know. Well done, Ryan. Well done, Ryan. That's exactly the same place as well as the penalty in the first half. Come on, Arfield. My heart is pounding, Andy.
So, Arfield versus Jaluska. Almost an erring from the spot. Scott Arfield scored, of course, in the semi-final of the Scottish Cup. And he's there again! Great goal from Scott Arfield. 1 each here at the Falkirk Stadium. Gary Caldwell brought down Ryan Flynn. Falkirk penalty. 1 each.
Much better, Andy. We didn't deserve to be behind. Deserve something out of this game. Game on. He'll get another now. He's a confidence player. That'll not hurt him at all.
Got to keep it tight for 15 minutes though, Falkirk. Half an hour to go here at the Falkirk Stadium. It's Falkirk 1, Celtic 1. Robson picks out Fox. And Samaras. McManus. Now Gary Caldwell gave away the penalty, scored the goal, then gave away the penalty. Uses McGeady. Lima's there, now Marchetta. Lima slips. And Guemo there, uses McCourt. Hinkle. Fortuny allowed to get in there in front of Brian McLean, but it's a Falkirk throw in. Falkirk supporters behind that goal in the new South Stand. A bit like being back at the old Brockville, Hope Street end.
That was a foul, referee.
Well, Ryan Flynn claiming a free kick, but it's a throw into Celtic.
Falkirk need to up the tempo a bit in the middle of the park, Andy. We need to start getting back into the tackles a lot quicker.
The court comes short. Gives it back to Hinkle. Marchetta knocks over the top. Well, one thing you know, McDonald will chase this one down. Almost gets on top of McManus. Good play from Arfield, picked out Brian Allison. Plays the ball in. Arfield plays it forward to Lima. Martino does well. He turns into trouble though.
He's trying to get on his right foot, Andy.
McCourt. Now Flynn.
Eddie May urging them forward there.
Yes! A fantastic goal for Pedro Martino! Great play from Ryan Flynn and a fantastic finish by Pedro Martino. Falkirk 2, Celtic 1.
Welcome back, Pedro! Excellent play by Ryan Flynn there. Into the box. No mistake, Pedro Martino. That's worth a book in that celebration.
Picked up his first yellow card for taking off his shirt, of course. Referee almost apologetic. But what a finish from Pedro Matinho. But it's all down to Ryan Flynn. Took the responsibility, took the ball into the box, sent across the perfect cross, and there was Pedro Matinho to put the ball in the back of the Celtic net. Well, 65 minutes gone here at the Falkirk Stadium.
Oh my word,
it's
Andy.
Falkirk 2, Celtic 1. Celtic, of course, about to bring on Genji. Donald can't quite get there. But Lima, who's been everywhere this afternoon, he does. And McDonald rule battles. But so is Barry Robson, of course. That's too hard. Easy one for Ojesnik.
It all comes down to Andy is how much do they want the 3 points now?
Well,
how much?
You know what Celtic will do? They'll pile forward.
You can get them on the break.
Scott McDonald and Zheng Ji coming on for Celtic. That'll be their last throws of the dice. Oh, good play from Lima. Arfield there first.
That's a yellow card, referee.
Yeah, we're caught in late.
Yellow card, ref, surely.
That'll give Celtic a chance to make the double substitution. Zheng Ji and Scott McDonald, Falkirk's nemesis, of course, coming on for
Barry Robson going off.
Barry Robson. So Zheng Ji will replace Robson in midfield. And McDonald.
Take your time, it's your own time you're wasting.
McDonald will replace number 20, Paddy McCourt.
He's never kicked the ball today, has he? Never let him. I think we need another one to win this, Andy. Do you know that? I think we need another goal.
Well, it's
or
a
am I just
Falkirk
being
free
greedy?
kick. Darren Bart. Now Daniel Marchetta. Uses Chris Mitchell. Flips into the near post. Caldwell there at the clear though. Darren Bart returns it. Now McManus. Getting Arfield. Picked up everything this afternoon. Oh, almost forced it through to. Now Scott McDonald. Chance to turn. Played the ball through to Fortuny. Tries to turn away from. And there's Chris Mitchell there to clear. Worked out to Hinkle.
Well done, Daniel.
Throw into Celtic. McDonald comes short. Arfield there though. McDonald works the ball out though. Again, Lima in quickly. McManus works it wide to Fox. Comes inside McDonald. Samaras, midfield. Uses Hinkle. Taps away from Marchetta. Works it out wide to McGeady. Ball whipped to the far post. Chested down by Zheng Ji. Shot parried. And offside, Scott McDonald. Well, great save again by Robo Ojesnik. But again, too many players at the back post for my liking. Falkirk should defend those much better. Only Alec McDonald there.
Oh, too much ball watching there, Andy. Could have been punished.
Zheng Ji brought the ball down. First time shot parried by Ojesnik straight to Scott McDonald. He did get to the second one, but the stand side assistant referee ruled that he was offside in any case. But what a goal by Pedro Matinho. McManus heads it forward and out for a throw into Falkirk on that far side. Well, Celtic really stunned there. 2 goals in 4 minutes for Falkirk. 61st minute penalty from Scott Arfield, followed by a tremendous goal from Pedro Moutinho. McDonald flicks it on, but McManus is there to clear. Fortuny heads it on, but by McLean patrolling that defensive area. Resnick clears it long. Now Marchetta. Tries to force it past Hinkle. Scott Arfield, a spare man again. Uses Moutinho, first time layoff to Lima. Knocks away to Ali McDonald. Forces it through to Lima. Cuts it back to McDonald. Almost prods it home. Arfield now to Marchetta. Works it wide to Allison. Down the line to Lima. Play to the far post. Hinkle's there. Heads it out for a throw into Falkirk.
Falkirk are outstanding today, Andy. Outstanding.
Well, McDonald very unlucky there. Great move from the BAIRNS again.
Confidence, Andy. That's what it is, it's confidence.
Well, 20 minutes to go here at the Falkirk Stadium. 2-1 to the BAIRNS. Ryan Flint. Mitchell gets it to the far post. Easy one for Zaluska though. Throws it out to Georgios Samaras. Forced inside by Vitor Lima and Brian Allison. Uses Nguemo. Wide to Hinkle. Marchetta allows him to step away though. Now Zheng Ji back to Hinkle. Slows down quickly though. Hinkle allowed to collect the ball. Swaps passes with Gary Caldwell. Brian McLean waits. Back in the midfield. Now Fortuny. Nguemo. Uses Danny Fox wide. Now to step outside. Crosses the ball in. And a goal from, who will you believe it? Scott McDonald, the smallest man in the park. And Scott McDonald does it yet again against Falkirk. Crossing from Danny Fox, headed by Scott McDonald. We've seen it all before, Tony.
You can't let them get crosses in like that.
Every time he comes to Falkirk, he gets on the end of a goal, and yet we never learn. So it's Falkirk 2, Celtic 2. And it was the simplest yet again of goals. A cross should never have been allowed. And a header.
I don't think we're beaten yet though, Andy.
Shot parried behind Moutinho though. Now Zheng Ji. Lima picking up an injury. Knocked wide to Andreas Hinkle. Well, as I say, we've seen it all before from Scott McDonald. He does it with unerring regularity, whether it's Motherwell or
injured,
Celtic.
by the way. He's going to need to come off. McLean. Watch. Right leg.
Aidan McGeady. Back to McGeady. Again, Scott Arfield doesn't quite get there. Saved by Ojesnik though. All too easy for Aidan McGeady. Step past 2 tackles. Couldn't bring him down, of course, but really should have been stopped right at the throw-in. Ojesnik, no idea what that is. Now it's with Nguemo. Turns away from Flint and uses Fox. Then McManus. Go wide, spotted by Cutholo. Good play. Now Marchetta.
One Daniel.
Gives Scott Arfield. Wide to Mitchell. Good first time play. Mitchell. Chased by McGeady. Whips the ball in. Oh, couldn't get past the first man. No. Now Nguemo can break. Into midfield. Scott McDonald. Now Hinkle. Fox is out man on the left hand side with Samaras outside him. He'll take on a run past Allison, I've no doubt. Comes inside. Oh, brought down there by Lima. Free kick. Better a free kick there than one in the box, Tony.
Yeah. He's been dangerous, Samaras, when he's dropped deep like that. We haven't quite known how to handle him. The midfield don't know whether to go to him, and the defence don't know whether to come out.
More defending for Falkirk to do.
Wee Bowen's coming on. 2
firsts from Falkirk, from Celtic rather. One from Gary Colwell, a free kick from Barry Robson. That one across by Danny Fox. He's the scorer of Celtic's 2 goals. It's a huge week. Scott McDonald, of course. So can Falkirk defend this one better? Again, McDonald on his own. Chipped in, headed on. Samaras. Oh. Well,
that's suicide defence.
Not the best of attacking play, but he was on his own.
Wee Bullen for Brian McLean, I think, next.
Wee Bullen coming on. Pedro Matinho going off and Lee Bullen coming on.
Pedro said he was alright, he didn't want to go off.
Bullen, of course, started as a striker.
Well, I'll tell you what.
But anybody who remembers the game against Hibs at Easter Road, he had 2 absolutely glaring misses in that game. McDonald comes short, uses Nguemo. Wide to McGeady. Oh, plays a short ball to McDonald. Good play by Barr, gets him out. Gets the tackle in. And then Marchetta. Cleared down the line. Played over the top to McManus. Forces Caldwell to play the ball down the line. Headed out by Chris Mitchell. 15 minutes to go at the Falkirk Stadium. Falkirk 2, Celtic 2. Again, Arfield on McGeady. Forces him wide. Tipped over the top to Samaras. Wide to turn again, no. Now Lima. Oh,
that's a yellow card, red. If not a red.
Well, that's a yellow card for an over the top tackle by Georgios Samaras on Brian Allison. And he really has hurt Allison.
That's a shocking tackle. The physio no watch the signals there. Good play with McLean there, telling the physio to get away so that Allison doesn't have to go off the park and we're down to 10 men.
So Lee Bullen up front. Robert Yesney a chance to hit him.
Mark Stewart coming on now.
For Falkirk.
It's got to be Marchetta this time, surely.
Now Arfield. Played over the top. That's out for a throw into Celtic on the far side. Give a chance, Falkirk a chance to make the substitution. Mark Stewart coming on.
It's got to be Marchetta.
Alec McDonald goes off. And Mark Stewart coming on.
You normally assume he's carrying a knock because Marchetta's been anonymous.
Mark Stewart, of course, pacey forward. Obviously hoping he'll pin back Danny Fox. Whose cross it was for McDonald to score that second Celtic goal. Samaras. Hinkle on the run, in space. Whipped in. Easy one for Yesney though. Throws out to Mark Stewart. Dieter Lima. Again, poor play by Falkirk. Very poor play from Falkirk. Ball played back by Lima, almost put Falkirk in disaster because McDonald was quickly onto it.
Here.
And McGeady. Played into Samaras. In space. Again, McDonald at the far post. Well, how often do you have to ask the question, Johnny? That was poor yet again.
You let them cross the ball in like that, they're going to score.
Yeah, again, Scott McDonald scores a double against Falkirk.
A tap-in though, Andy.
And a tap-in it was. Samaras left on his own, got the ball, looked up, played the ball to the far post. And there was McDonald to play into the back of the net. So yet again, all the good work that Falkirk have done this afternoon has gone for nothing. 3 avoidable goals. Falkirk yet again let down by poor defending.
You scored twice against Celtic, you should be getting at least a point, Andy.
Mitchell aims the ball towards Mark Stewart. And the question's got to be, who is marking Scott McDonald? He's given a free header. And then he's given a free header, and then he's given a tap in at the far post. That at this level of football is just not good enough. Well, Stewart at least asking questions of Danny Fox. Comes off him though, through into Celtic. So that's a question for you, Tony. Who's marking Scott McDonald?
It's not about who's marking Scott McDonald, it's who's stopping the cross coming in the first place, right across the face of the goal for him to get a tap in. He's right on the back stick on his own. The ball was coming across 6 Falkirk players. They're allowed to get the cross in. The problem isn't who marks McDonald, the problem is who's supposed to cut the ball out.
The box the ball to McDonald. Played into Fortuny's offside. Yeah, no question about that. Mark Stewart. Zhengji behind him. Zhengji steps away from Mark Stewart. Now Alison Tarfield. Works the ball on to Ryan Flynn. Tries to play into Marchetta. Doesn't quite get there though. Then Nguemo. Paul Wilt just clears it downfield. Alison knocks it in behind, but Fox will pick that one up. Now Zhengji. Fortuny steps away from Darren Barr, and now there's players in the box. Goes for the near post. Corner to Celtic. Well, Darren Barr should have been in control of that situation. He gave it away.
Should have just put the ball out, Andy. We've lost a bit of shape since we've made the substitutions, no doubt about it.
Samaras out there to take this corner. Zhengji goes short. Fortuny near post, whipped in. It's out for a by kick to Falkirk. Really all too predictable, Tony. I mean, we were on charge, on top, gave away 2 stupid goals, and all of a sudden we're 3-2 behind.
Both down the same side. Do you think we'd learn?
Look at the Celtic goals. Free header for Gary Caldwell, free header for Scott McDonald, and then a free chance tapping at the far post. Really, we have to do better than that. Nguemo knocks it wide for Hinkle again. Comes off Marchetta, throw into Celtic. 7 minutes to go here at the Falkirk Stadium. Falkirk 2, Celtic 3. Lee Bullen, back to Brian Allison. Chips it forward to Flynn. Heads it on to Marchetta. Now down to Flynn. Played down to Mark Stewart. And he scores! It's a goal by Mark Stewart! A fantastic goal by Mark Stewart!
Oh my
6 minutes to go here. It's Falkirk 3, Celtic 3.
Vitor Lima's done, by the way.
Now the question is,
can we hold on?
Can Falkirk hold on for 7 minutes?
Oh my word, our money's worth today, Andy, have we not? One extreme or another. We just need to hold on now.
Well, no point in scoring 3 goals at home if you don't take something from the game. Now Samaras wide.
He's going to have
Marchetta.
The problem now is Lima's got a dead leg and is desperate to come off. They're going to bring on Stuart Murdoch by the looks of it, as Lima's finished.
Now Samaras. Plays it to Nguomo. Ryan Flynn almost gets there, but Hinkle's there. Picks out McGeady. Now tackled by Lima. Plays into Fortuny. Good covering there by...
If he fell over there, that was a penalty by
Ryan McLean. So another corner for Celtic. Again, Danny Fox will take it. Danny Fox will take this corner kick. More defending for Falkirk to do. They've been vulnerable in crosses. Whipped in by Fox to the far post. Bullen's there though. Another corner on the far side. That's Celtic's 10th corner of the game. Eddie May telling Stewart to get up there and defend.
He's got to pick up McGeady at this point.
Danny Fox jogs across. Get in front of McDonald.
Just go and stand beside McDonald, that's it.
And Danny Fox will be an outswinger. McManus on his own, marked by Brian McLean. Whipped out, edge of the area. Headed just past the far post. Samaras will pick up the loose ball.
This is almost too much to watch.
Bullen forces him away from goal. That's a Falkirk throw in. Good play from Lee Bullen and Vitor Lima. High fives all round there and well justified. Less than 5 minutes to go here at the Falkirk Stadium. It's Falkirk 3, Celtic 3.
This is like being at Brockville, Andy.
Don't know if my nerves can stand this. I'm an old man here. I might have heart problems after this.
Never mind, Andy, you'll be fine.
Now Chris Mitchell. Sends the ball down the line. Marchetta though. McLean makes it his. Only as far as Danny Fox. Plays it back over the top to Fortuny. It's offside though. Again,
time for a change. Stuart Murdoch for Lima, I think it's got to be.
Good play from Falkirk defence. Chris Mitchell held his ground. He knew that Fortuny had gone offside. It's Ryan Flynn that looks as he's down over there. So Ryan Flynn down there with an injury.
Vitor Lima had some running repairs. I think they're desperate to get Lima off because Lima is just his right hand thigh where he had that problem before has had treatment and he's really struggling.
Stuart Murdoch come on as a...
This boy can play, by the way, Andy.
Well, as long as he does the simple things, Tony.
This boy can play. He's solid as well.
Getting last minute instructions from Stephen Presley.
I remember him getting sent off in an under-19 game. He waited until after the game and then headbutted the player that got him sent off.
Ryan Flynn.
This boy's solid. I think that means Lima's going to have to stay on.
Yep, it's Ryan Flynn goes off. Stuart Murdoch coming on. Make his debut. Last 5 minutes of a game against Celtic, 3 each at the Falkirk Stadium. Well, I don't know if I want to make my debut in this game, but well, there he is.
I think you'd take it if it was offered, Andy, even now.
So Robert Ojeznik. Aim towards Bullen. Beaten by Caldwell though. And Fortuny. Again, Lima does well. Murdoch's first touch is a good one. Brian McLean chips it forward. Bullen nuts it on. McManus forced to clear.
Well, we might win this yet.
Marchetta and Stewart forced Celtic back. That forced McManus to clear.
You see the smile on Eddie May's face there as he was clapping. I bet this is the first day he's enjoyed his work since Vaduz at home.
Now it's a throw into Falkirk. Man's cleared for a throw in. Harfield, who's been immense this afternoon. Mitchell though, forced off it by McGeady. Well,
actually the referee done us a favour there, Andy, giving the free kick. Right, back you go. Back you go, Falkirk, into position.
Played long, aimed at Fortuny. McLean now stands his ground. Nguemo heads it in. Lima just clears it into midfield though, as far as Danny Fox.
He's done.
Stuart Murdoch needs to get to him. Samaras wide. Up against Brian Allison. Chips over the top. Headed clear. Allison just clears it anywhere. Danny Fox will pick up the loose ball. Down the line it goes to Samaras. Comes inside again. Murdoch though stands his ground, forces him wide. Almost gets there. Now it's right to Danny Fox again. Whipped in. Headed over the top by Brian McLean. Well, Yeznik came, stopped and then came again, but Brian McLean was there to head it over the top.
I want to go, Andy. Got to feel if Falkirk can survive this corner and get the ball up the park.
Well, we're in the final minute. We've got time added on, just seconds now. Danny Fox send this one into the Falkirk danger area. Play to the far post. Referee decides that's a free kick by Samaras on Lee Bullen. Assistant referee is about to hold up the sign.
1 minute. Just blow the whistle. I'm going to get that fourth officials board, Andy, and put up 0 minutes.
It's gone out there, so there has to be something on it. 3 minutes of time added on, which is what you would expect since there's been 6 substitutions.
Hey, but Andy, you get stoppages and 6 substitutions, and it always comes to 3 minutes.
But we're into that anyway, so now Lee Bullen. This is it though. Stewart though doesn't. Puts pressure on Fox.
Come on, make him play it now.
Oh, well played, Mark Stewart.
Corner
to Falkirk, free kick in front of Falkirk.
That'll do.
Good play from Mark Stewart.
Well done,
It's a yellow card for Danny Fox. Well, let's just keep it up there for the next 2.5 minutes. It'll be a fantastic result for the BAIRNS.
No, let's get it in the back of the net.
Lee Bullen, Stuart Murdoch, Darren Barr, and now Brian McLean coming up. Daniel Marchetta will send this ball into the Celtic penalty area. First minute of time added on gone. Marchetta puts it in the near post. Headed clear though. Scott Arfield. Beaten to it. Now Samaras. Races clear. Now Nguemo. Wide to Scott McDonald. Falls over it, runs out, so, well.
That's why he plays in the box, Andy, and no out wide.
Down the line it goes. Again, no, poor ball. Stuart Murdoch allows Aidan McGeady on top of the ball. Played into the edge of the area. Marchetta. Offside, Samaras is offside.
Bobby had it anyway, to be fair.
Again, Marchetta, poor defending at the edge of the area. Didn't know Samaras was offside. That's a second minute of time added on gone. We're into the final minute here at the Falkirk Stadium. It's Falkirk 3, Celtic 3.
Oh, Andy, what a game.
And at half time, no one could have anticipated that this would be the final score, if indeed it is the final score, aimed at Lee Bullen. Wins a header. Marchetta. Played wide to Hinkle. Cleared long. McLean wins the ball. Arfield uses Lima. Now Chris Mitchell. Over the top it goes, aimed at Bullen. Gary Caldwell's there though. Shang-Chi misses it. Lima to Marchetta. Does well. Severs it to Arfield. Now Mark Stewart keeps the ball in. Bullen's at the far post. Play to the near post. Poor ball by Stewart. Bullen asks for it there. Jojuska clears it long. 10 seconds to go here at the Falkirk Stadium.
Murdoch, just boot him up in the air.
Knocks it away to Hinkle. Edge of the area, cleared to Marchetta. The referee decides that's enough. Well, Falkirk, oh yeah, another draw for Falkirk.
And
really,
that was a good point. So more fight, more character, more spirit than we've done all season. Coming from behind twice to get something out of this game. Excellent.
Tony, a fantastic 90 minutes for the BAIRNS and a fantastic result.
Andy, I'm going to need to go to hospital to get the smile removed from my face. What a game that was. What a performance.
And but for some poor defending, we could have won the game.
I think you're playing a quality side. I think down the left hand side, the boy Fox was outstanding, to be fair. And I think when you watch it back, he played really, really well. The ball shouldn't have been allowed to come across the face of the goal, but never mind that. What about Falkirk, Andy? We've been shouting for some character, some fight. We've been shouting for the team to score goals. We can't even able to score for weeks, and we're going to bang 3 in against Celtic.
And you've got to say though, I mean, Pedro's had his critics, but he came here and he's really galvanised the side because he held the ball up well, and a fantastic goal to start for his first start back here.
Pedro gives you something different. Pedro, he's a big strong lad, but he can play with the ball at his feet, he can turn the man, he can run with it. You put the ball across the face of the goal like that, Pedro will score. Look at the highlights video on FALKIRK TV, there was about 3 goals like that in it. Ball played in across the box, Pedro kind of side footing into the back of the net. Excellent. He'll be over the moon. A nicer guy you couldn't hope to meet. Welcome back, Pedro.
Well, but the big question the Falkirk fans will be asking, and quite rightly so, is why can we play so badly against St Johnstone? Why can we play so badly against St Mirren and yet play so well against Hearts and so well against Celtic? It's all about next Saturday. We're a point further up the league. We're only 4 points now behind sides above us, but we have to beat Hamilton next week, and that really puts pressure on them. So it's not really about this game, it's about next week's game.
I think what you'll find is some of the stuff that was written in the press after the St Johnstone game has galvanised this team. They've got a point to prove now. Eddie May had a few harsh words with certain individuals about pulling their weight. I think Scott Arfield's performance was his best he's played all season. So whatever was said to him worked. I think even wee booing just in the dressing room probably makes a difference. I think when Pele signs on Monday, how good is the commentary going to be on that, by the way? Pele to Moutinho to Flynn to Pele. It's going to be interesting times. No, but we're still in it. We could have rolled over today, we never. We stood up and we fought for it, and we got a point against Glasgow Celtic. You'll take a point against Glasgow Celtic at any time in the season because it's no one you were expecting. And it'll also make the rest of the league sit up thinking Falkirk aren't really the pushovers they expect them to be. They thought we were detached, we're right back in it. So I hope you enjoyed the coverage here on Falkirk Football Programme Live on www.falkirkfc.co.uk. We'll try and get Eddie May on live. I'll send Tony away to try and pick him up. And watch out for the Falkirk Football Programme this week. Of course, we had the special one last week with Martin Ritchie, and this next week we'll have one. We'll get some players' reactions after this game. So look for that going up probably, I think, tomorrow night. I'm looking at my editorial person here in the form of Tony and Russell discussing whether the highlights will be up tonight or not. Who cares? Because the final score here in the Clydesdale Bank Premier League was Falkirk 3, Celtic 3.